Welcome back to another prediction video. In today's video, we have NXT No Mercy. If I'm being honest, this card isn't the best on paper. Obviously, there can be a lot of sneaky good matches, but I will say this is probably the least hyped I've been for an NXT show. But nonetheless, with NXT, I know there's a lot of interesting and big spot moments in these matches, so still pretty excited.
Yeah, I mean, me myself, I differ from that. I think it looks really good on paper. I'm really interested in Roxanne Perez match. Joe Hendry's on here. We have Kalani defending against Wendy Choo. That's probably one of the least entertaining ones, I guess you could say. But yeah, I think there's a lot of good matches on here myself. I think I'm maybe just falling more into the NXT fan thing, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, we're going to start off with the NXT champion on the line, where Trick Williams will be the special guest referee for this match, but Ethan Page is taking on Joe Hendry. Should be a fun match, but who you got winning?
I am going to go with Ethan Page. I don't think that they would put it on Joe Hendry, being that, I mean, he's not a WWE superstar still at the time. Obviously, I mean, it kind of feels like he is at this point because he's there every week. But yeah, I just don't see them putting it on Joe Hendry.
Yeah, I mean, you did say that we don't think anybody out of WWE would win the champion. However, NXT is run by Shawn Michaels, and I don't put anything past that man. I think he has the balls to put it on a non-WWE guy, and I do think Joe Hendry's going to get the win here. With Trick Williams getting involved and kind of got maybe a tease of Pete Dunne costing, or taking out Trick Williams. But yeah, I do think Joe Hendry gets the win here. I know obviously Page has been a pretty good champ. I mean, he hasn't had too many matches obviously, but the promos have been pretty good and I've enjoyed them. But yeah, I'm going to go Joe Hendry for a sneaky win. Next up, we have Kalani Jordan take on Wendy Choo for the Women's North American Champion. Who do you have for this one?
I'm going to go with Kalani Jordan. I don't really like the kind of storyline going into this. I'm not really behind the Wendy Choo character necessarily. Yeah, I just don't really like it too much. But I am interested to see the match. He is pretty good in the ring, so I am interested to see the match at the very least.
Yeah, I am going with Kalani Jordan as well. Just don't think they're gonna end her title run this early. Still, she's still only won the belt only a few months ago. So yeah, and Wendy Choo, I think just like you said, will be a alright match. Not the match I'm very excited for, but should still be decent. But yeah. Speaking of the North American Champion, let's talk about the Men's North American Champion, Obafemi, taking on Tony D'Angelo. Who do you have for this one?
I'm going to go with Obafemi. He's getting very close to breaking the record for the North American Championship. And I do think he will eventually break it. So yeah, I'm going to go with Obafemi. I do think that this match could be really good. But it also could, maybe be on the other side of that. But I do think Tony D will be able to kind of carry his own weight here.
Yeah, I agree. Obafemi is going to take the win here. Should be a pretty good match. I've been liking the Tony D'Angelo character. I've been getting behind him and the family. I like the Italian mobster type of gimmick. This past NXT, we've seen Obafemi run into the restaurant and have like a meeting with them. Very Sopranos-like and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, taking Obafemi to win this match. Next up, we had the NXT Tag Team Champions on the line, where Chase U was taking on Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Who do you have for this one?
I'm going to go with Chase U. I think they'll retain their belts. Nathan Frazier and Axiom, they in the past have kind of been teasing at a split up, but then as of recently, they've not as much been doing that. They've kind of been sticking together a little bit more, so I'm kind of curious if they're kind of falling back on the splitting up as a tag team, or if they just have something else planned that we're just not seeing just yet. But yeah, I do want to see the team break up with them because I think that'd be an interesting match going against each other.
Yeah, I can see this match going two ways. Either with Chase U winning, and like you said, a Nathan Frazier and Axiom split, or Nathan Frazier and Axiom getting the belts back, but Duke Hudson costing Chase U the match and kind of turning heel and breaking away from Chase U. He kind of got a little bit jealous after Rich Holland, to kind of take a spot and they won the belt. So that's kind of why I'm going, but I am going to go Chase U to retain. Next up, we have Wesley take on Zachary Wentz. Should be a pretty good match. Who do you have winning this one?
I think I am going to go with Zachary Wentz. I think Wesley is already kind of known and proven himself in a way, but I think this for a win for Zachary Wentz could mean a lot more to him than it would for Wesley. I do like the feud. Obviously, you know, they were a tag team before. Now they're not. They're winning each other. And it's kind of a blood feud in a way. Maybe not quite to the point of a blood feud, but you know, they definitely want each other real bad. But yeah, really good match potential here. And it definitely could be a show stealer.
Yeah, like you said, this is kind of like almost a brand warfare match as well. Wesley kind of said, "I'm gonna show you why I'm the WWE wrestler," and then Zachary went said, "I'm gonna show you why I'm a TNA wrestler." So kind of get a little bit tease maybe of a potential, you know, Worlds Collide type of event. But yeah, I'm also go Wesley though. Just because, you know, I do think that the W wrestler is always going to beat the TNA wrestler. So yeah, unfortunately for Zach, he's going to take the L here. But last up, for the main event, we have Roxanne Perez taking on Jada Parker for the Women's Champion. Who do you have winning?
I am going to go with Roxanne Perez. She's been great her entire championship run, even before this title run when she was on her first title run. So yeah, I mean, she's amazing. She definitely should be called up at any moment that they need her, basically. And yeah, I think she's gonna win. There's obviously a lot of speculation on who's gonna show up after the match or if someone's gonna show up after the match, and I think that someone will show up after.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. Roxanne will take the win here. And yeah, there's only 3 people, or 2 people in my opinion, who can truly take off the belt, and that is kind of what you were alluding to. It's either Giulia or Stephanie Vaquer. Obviously, on this past NXT, we did give a little tease potentially of Jada Parker talking to somebody off camera during their sit-down interview. So yeah, it looks like I do think we'll see somebody this week. Who do you think it will be though?
I think I am going to go with Stephanie Vaquer. They both kind of finished up what they needed to finish up to come to the WWE. Last time we heard from Stephanie Vaquer, she was having not visa issues, but she just didn't quite have the visa just yet to work full time here. So hopefully they sort that out. And also there's a third person of Delta who WWE signed, who there's also potential of it being. But I think I will go with Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, I do think it'll be Giulia. Obviously, we just seen her finish up in Japan, so I think they're going to want to get her ASAP. And I feel like since we haven't seen Stephanie Vaquer yet, I think we still got a little bit of time to wait for her. But yeah, still really excited for Giulia. Should be a crazy moment when she shows her face. And yeah, really excited for what her and Roxanne can do if Roxanne does win. But what's the match you're looking most forward to?
Well, it's definitely Roxanne Perez and Jada Parker. I think that has potential to be, not even potential, I think it probably will be the best match of the night as far as in-ring wrestling goes. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Obafemi and Tony D, just because Obafemi is one of the most underrated wrestlers, I think, right now. I know a lot of people are behind him, but I think he's still underrated in the broad scheme of things. But yeah, Tony Angelo also great. It should be a cool dynamic between the two. But yeah, that would do it for NXT No Mercy predictions. Let us know your predictions down in the comments below. And yeah, we guys will see you in the next video.